This year's presidential election for CEMS Club Sydney is in full swing. And one of the front runners for this election is, of course, Felix Plakolb. Apparently he has some very good communicative skills and he's great at rallying people together. And, he's right there. Let's go and get a little chat with him. Mr. Plakolb.
Hello.
If I may, why should the people vote for you?
Well, to answer that, I'd first like to say what makes a good president. Honestly, I think he's just an amazing guy. That's the first thing. He works great with people.
He's good at connecting with people.
Very communicative and he has great ideas.
President should be someone that holds the pieces together, that sits at the top and makes sure that all different aspects come together as one unity.
So I think Felix would be really great in just making sure that everyone gets on the same page.
You know, sometimes you realize people just naturally grow into this. They unconsciously adopt this role, and I think he does that.
So it makes sense to put him in a leadership position, I think.
So I would say he has good leadership skills.
Has to be someone that you know, is good at communicating, is convincing, can negotiate.
He actually comes up to people, tells them why we should join, what the reasons are. They're usually pretty convincing.
He's a convincing guy.
Definitely, yeah. And also, I mean, I have to say, the social events so far were pretty interesting, so that also helps, right? If the idea, the project is good, the event, then you just have good arguments on your side.
Is that he's always very passionate about what he's doing, and he always tries to push the people to participate.
3 years in a row, I was the head of a committee in different aspects. So one was IBA events, other was the study trip, and yet another was the case competition. And now the head of social here in Rotterdam. These all sort of have prepared me for taking this leadership role.
I really think that Felix is going to be a great president of Sydney for a number of reasons. The guy always has a plan. Know all the options, where whatever city it is, Dublin, Rotterdam, Antwerp. I think Sydney won't be an exception.
Is there any specific direction that you want to go, or specific goals that you have for CEMS Club Sydney?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, I would like to, you know, increase the student engagement in CEMS Club activities over there.
So he comes up with cool ideas to do, especially in the social job that he did. He pulled them through, so he actually organized the whole events, and he managed to like engage a large crowd of people to actually participate as well.
Really embrace that work hard, play hard atmosphere, because essentially, you know, this is an experience, and what better place to have a great experience than Sydney?
I believe that Felix in the CEMS Club of Sydney is going to bring this passion and is going to create the CEMS spirit that every CEMS club should have.
And if you had to describe Felix in 3 points, what would that be?
Leadership, charisma, and sense of humor.
He's a great guy, he's very communicative, he's very good with people.
Felix is someone who is really able to have a lot of fun and organizing a lot.
Felix is a guy who makes things happen, and I think that's a very important aspect of being president.
It seems that Felix Plakolb is not only popular here on campus, but his skill set seems to live up to the ideas of that of a leader. Overall, he seems very much qualified for the position of president of CEMS Club Sydney.